Welcome back to Kody's show. Today we're going to talk about one of the most shocking revelations to come out of Christine Brown's brand new memoir. Fans have been waiting eagerly for her book, Sister Wife, a memoir of faith, family, and finding freedom, published by Simon & Schuster. Now that some early copies are in the hands of readers, disturbing details are beginning to surface. One particular revelation has left everyone stunned. Christine admits that Kody Brown made love to his wives while their children were in the room. At first glance, this may sound unbelievable, but Christine's writing makes it clear. She recalls the family's move to Wyoming in 1998. Their home was not large, and the family was already big. Privacy was a rare luxury. According to Christine, her children often slept in the same room as her because of space constraints. She and Kody would wait until the kids were asleep before becoming intimate. But this wasn't limited to her. She even overheard Kody and Janelle doing the same thing in their room while their children slept nearby. You can imagine the kind of reaction this detail stirred up among fans. For many readers, Christine's honesty was refreshing. She did not try to sugarcoat the realities of life in a polygamist household. But for others, the detail was simply too much. Some people believe Christine crossed a line by disclosing this in her memoir. Katie Joy from Without a Crystal Ball, a commentator known for her outspoken views on cult-like groups, immediately picked up on this extract. She explained that Christine described 10 people being crammed into 3 bedrooms. Bunk beds were stacked right next to Christine's bed, which meant the children, some as old as 5 years old, were only a few feet away during these moments. Katie bluntly said this meant Christine and Kody had sex in the same room as their children. She pointed out that this was not happening in the 19th century or in some primitive living arrangement. This was the late 1990s. Options were available, and yet the Browns chose this path. Having read the full book, Katie shared that Christine admitted the situation was difficult, but seemed to defend it as part of their lifestyle. This angered Katie because, in her view, children deserve boundaries and protection. The reaction among fans has been just as fierce. Many people were shocked that Christine even included such a detail in her memoir. They felt it was unnecessary and damaging to the children, who might one day read the book themselves. One fan commented that they were shocked Christine would disclose this, saying the kids would be even more traumatized by the knowledge. Another fan said that this shows how toxic the environment really was, with no privacy, no respect, and no boundaries. But the outrage doesn't stop there. Katie Joy actually went further and looked into Wyoming statute laws. She explained that it is illegal to engage in sexual activity in the presence of a child. Even if the child is asleep, the law does not require proof that the child saw or understood what was happening. The only requirement is that the child could have been exposed. And in similar cases, parents have faced felony charges, prison time, and even lifelong sex offender registration. So the argument of cramped living arrangements simply does not hold up under the law. From Christine's perspective, this may have been her way of showing how difficult her life really was. She wasn't necessarily trying to shock the world, but she was painting a brutally honest picture of what life in a plural marriage was like. Privacy was practically impossible. Christine may have felt that including this detail emphasized the dysfunction and the unhealthy environment she lived in. Still, the way she wrote it has left readers divided. Some admire her courage in telling the truth, while others think it was too raw and unnecessary. Looking at the bigger picture, This revelation also says a lot about Kody Brown as a husband and a father. For years, fans have criticized him for being self-centered and manipulative, and this revelation seems to confirm those suspicions. It paints a picture of a man whose needs came before his children's well-being, and it shows how boundaries were blurred within the family home. Fans continue to debate the issue across social media. Some believe Christine was brave to tell her story exactly as it happened. Others feel she should have kept certain things private, especially when they involved children who had no say in the matter. One fan called it disgusting. Another said it proves just how bad things were, while someone else pointed out that this shows Kody never respected boundaries at all. Clearly, the revelation has touched a nerve and sparked wider conversations about parenting, religion, and the blurred lines of life in a polygamist family. The big question remains, was Christine right to include such an intimate and disturbing detail in her memoir? Or should she have left this part of her story untold for the sake of her children? No matter what side you are on, one thing is clear. Christine's memoir is not holding back. If this is only one revelation, imagine what else is inside those pages. And with that, we reach the end of today's discussion on Kody's show. Thank you so much for watching and for staying with us through this detailed dive into Christine Brown's shocking memoir. Don't forget to like this video if you found it interesting and subscribe to the channel so you never miss updates on sister wives and the Brown family drama. I'd love to hear your thoughts, so leave a comment down below. Do you believe Christine did the right thing by being so brutally honest? Or should some things have been kept private? Let's talk about it in the comments. Until next time, this is Kody's show. Thanks for watching and see you again soon.